So everybody looking like, what? Do my ears deceive me? So I could see the look on the blood dude's face. Like, at first, when I'm working on the spot, everybody like energy kind of turned to OG Gangsta Black and keep looking at the door like, and they look like, yeah, like they ready, like they'll flip one of them Gap Gang members, you know what I'm saying? When that man came to that door, and I think it was more than just what the dude was saying on the other end, it was the fact that OG Gangsta Black was crying, had real tears coming out his eyes. So that kind of gives off an image as if this person is really hurt. This person is serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then you got another person where he just like, tell me who over here, woo, woo, woo. And then come find out it was really, him talking to somebody, saying something crazy about Max Wayne. So when he said it, bro, everybody, all them blood dudes that energy was focused on them, immediately switches over to Max Wayne. So they all stand at Max Wayne, but ain't nobody saying nothing. Then the OG blood dude was like, dog, what the fuck he talking about? Who that is on the phone, dog? So Max Wayne trying to break free. He like, man, he got me, dog. He flexing, huh? He flex. You know what I'm saying? He trying to break free. So OG Gangsta Black outside the room doing all this stupid stuff. Talking about, come on, bitch. Come on, you know I ain't flexing, bitch. You know I ain't lying, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So the Bloods like, hey, bro, y'all step out. Let us get the room real quick. So, the people I run with, they like, bro, no disrespect to y'all. We not leaving out their room till Bill come out their room. So I almost had the spot open. And, a couple people I was running with was like, come on, CBL, bro, just let them fall. I said, bro, I'm not leaving out their room without my fire. It's too much going on, man. And then, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, even though it's y'all two situation, shit, who's to say OG Gangsta Black ain't went down there and said, hey, this shit pop, get that nigga CBL too, because it started from him giving Buddy my phone or whatever the situation is. And then whenever it's just a situation too big with too many people going on, it just makes me think that, you just never know what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? So you never know who got plans to do what to who. So I'm just like, hell no, but I'm not leaving out the room without my file. So I finally get the spot open. When I get the spot open, the way I pull it, it's two of them that fall out. I grab mine. Max Wayne tried to jump and reach, but they pulled him back and the OG blood picked it up. He was like, come on, dog, let's step up out of here. So I go to kind of tightening the spot back up, but not too tight to the point I have to go through all that to put it back up. It was loose enough just so I don't got to redo it where I could throw it in there and tighten it up real fast. They leave out the room. When they leaving out the room, OG Gangsta Black is like two of the other Gap members that don't walk down by my door at this point, like they stand in security with him. So he's still on the phone saying some of the most craziest things in the world. He wiping his face, wiping the tears away. You talking about, bitch? Yeah. And Max Wayne was doing what? How he did it, girl? And the other person on the other side of the phone talking about, girl, that boy be having me tooted up over there on the side of the chow hall, right there in that little corner part where it's super dark. I remember one time he was in it and the lieutenant walked by and that boy stopped. He froze. He thought LT seen us, but she didn't see us. She kept walking. And right when LT went to walking off, that boy went back to hitting it. That shit was crazy. I never seen Max Wayne this mad, bro. That man turned around and tried to lunge, but the Bloods wouldn't let him. They got him, you know what I'm saying, bro? He was screaming. He screamed out, fuck, nigga. And there was a huge, big-ass vein that kind of popped out that boy's forehead. But the Bloods took him down to one of them rooms down there anyway. One of the dudes that I was running with told OG Gangsta Black, he was like, hey, bro, y'all can move down, bro. Them folks ain't up here no more. Y'all go down there. Y'all scoot back down there the way y'all was at, bro. You feel me? So they walk off, but while they walking off, OG Gangsta Black got the phone in his hand, and he just still talking out loud, saying all kind of crazy stuff about Max Wayne, all kind of stuff. He hang up with whoever he was on the phone with and go to, I guess, done called the girl. It sounds just like her voice on speaker, like he don't care. He going fed today. And he just talking about some, baby, I'm sorry. I love you. So you hear the girl, the officer that was here, saying like, I love you too, baby. I'm so sorry I put you in a bad situation. Woo, woo, I didn't tell you about that. And blah, blah, blah. And he like, no, it's okay, baby. I just exposed that. I just put him on blast. Yeah, the Blood's finna get on his ass. Woo, 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 woo. So the people I run with, they telling me, they like, hey, G, you might need to come on up out that room. Because one of the people I run with had an open room down there, but I didn't want to be in the room with him, man. He feet stink, you feel me, don't like to clean up, I don't like to be in the room with people like that. So, you know, I'm telling them, I'm like, bro, I understand y'all positioning. I understand y'all disposition, but I don't want to do that, bro. We walk all the way down there. So one of them push off. I guess he go to trying to figure something out, cook something up. He come back upstairs like 5 minutes later. I was like, hey, CB, how you would feel about such and such in the room? He talking about this white boy. He cool as hell. He don't do nothing but draw. And he stitch clothes up and stuff like that. So I was like, shit, bro, cool. I ain't got no problem with bro. And he clean. He a player. He be keeping his clothes pressed. I ain't got no smoke with him. So, but that's the OG blood roommate. You know what I'm saying? But he'll move up there. He don't care. One of the other guys was like, you need to wait till they come out the room. Don't go down there trying to knock on their door while they having a meeting about something serious about the damn body moving out the room. So he was like, yeah, that's a fact. I'm already knowing it. So I say about 2 minutes later, the OG blood, and then another one came walking out. But instead of going that way, they went the long way coming up the steps towards where we at. So he come up there. I said, it's so ironic because he come up there and he was just like, hey, you know, CBL, no disrespect to you, bro. But with all this shit going on, bro, we kind of think, you know, it's in our best interest to get our brother, you know, in the room with us. And I was like, bro, that's crazy because my folks just asked your roommate if he'll move in my room. And he looked up, he was like, for real? And bro was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, let's do that, bro. Let's do that. Let's just swap room because, you know, like I say, you not a blood, you know what I'm saying? So you not going to protect him or look out for him like one of us will. So I just want him in the room with one of us, you know what I'm saying? So we were like, yeah, for sure. We understand. They walked past us, and then one of my guys had fanned down the white boy and told him, like, yeah, it's a go pack it up. So he walked down there. So OG Gangsta Black came back out on the range, and him and the OG Blood talking, you know what I'm saying? The OG Blood dapped them up and everything. So I guess they just squashed whatever their issue is. So OG Blood still saying something. So then you hear OG Gangsta Black say, nah, OG, nah, I'm not doing that. Ain't nobody going through my stuff. I'm not doing that. And then one of the other Gap members was like, girl, ain't nobody gotta go through your stuff. Who these niggas think they is? So OG Black the OG Blood say something. You could see him saying something. Like I said, you can't really make out what he's saying because of the distance. OG Gangsta Black was in the process of saying, hell nah. The OG Blood punched that man in the shit. Bingo. When he hit him, the other blood that was with him whipped out a big ass ice pick candy bar, bro. I'm talking about a big one. They call it a gold rod. He whipped it out. He said, I dare one of y'all niggas try some. So the OG Blood on his ass for a minute. They done fell into the room, the door wide open though. The other Gap member talking about, gonna come running up out the room. You see OG Blood whooping this man's ass. So he got him on the bed, OG Blood on top of him. He got him by the neck. He like, bro, give it to me, bro. I ain't even want to take it this far. Just give it to me, bro. OG Gangsta Black hand him the phone. So he walking out the room. He doing something on the phone, and he looking. He just going through the phone. He walking down the steps. When he get to the top of the steps, I guess he was stuck in the phone for a minute. He turned around and walked back to the door. He said, come here, bro. And OG Gangsta Black was doing this to his lip coming out the room. And the OG Blood did the phone like this, but tried to put it in front of OG Gangsta Black face. And OG Gangsta Black hurried up and did that. And he said, man, bro, look in the phone so I can open the thing, bro. Look in the phone, bro. So the only thing that makes sense to me is, because the OG Blood was already going through the phone with no problem. The only thing on the iPhone that I know you will have to look at for it to unlock after you're already in the phone is when you go to edit and hit deleted messages. So I guess he wanted to see everything. The stuff that was in there now, the stuff that was deleted, he wanted to see everything. So he told OG Gangsta Black, he said, bro, don't play with me, bro. I'm trying not to let these guys pull y'all ass out. Y'all know I don't even like drama, trouble, none of that. I'm just doing my job, bro. Look in this phone, bro. So he did it, and then he was like, that's a violation of my privacy. That's my personal stuff. You're going to see some stuff in there you don't want to see. So he walk off, he go back downstairs, bro. He wasn't down there for 2 minutes. All the Bloods come out the room. They go to the big floor. The OG Blood said, hey, listen, bro. OG Gangsta Black, because of what you did, because of that lie you told, and that was a very serious false accusation, and I'm looking in his phone and I see text messages between you and these folks talking about, I'm finna call you right now, lie and say you was dealing with a dude because he got me effed up. Bro, somebody really could die behind something like that. So, just to avoid that from really happening, I'm gonna need you and every single one of your guys to pack it up now and get on that door. That's the only option. That's the only time I'm saying this. He looked at his watch. He said, I'm giving y'all 5 minutes. Bro, if in 5 minutes, every single one of y'all property is not packed up and y'all sitting at that door waiting on the officer that's on blood, we're going to pop and somebody going to die. And I ain't got nothing else to say. And they walked off. The blood, OG blood, went all the way to the corner, damn near by where we was standing at, but on the bottom, he just leaning on the rail. Big ass candy bar in his hand, he like this. Max Wayne and another blood sat on the bench. Other couple bloods, they just walking around. One of them went into the TV room. OG Gangsta Black was like, come on, OG. Don't do me like that. At least let me take my phone, OG. At least let me take my phone. OG Blood don't say nothing. So one of the other bloods said, fuck, nigga, pack it up. So the OG Blood was like, say, dog, say, dog. So when he looked back at the OG Blood did like this. He was like, stop all that talking. We ain't doing nothing. I said everything that's going to be said. 4 minutes. You know what I'm saying? He looked at his watch, was like 4 minutes. Bro, them folks up there talking. I guess one of the other ones said, come on, let's just get the fuck up out of here. And OG Gangsta Black gonna say, yeah, girl, you right. Cause I ain't got time for this stupid shit. So the other ones rushed to their room. I'm talking about running to their room. And then you see OG Gangsta Black in there and his roommate tearing that damn room up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put that stuff up. So while they're in the process of doing all that, you see the white boy down there talking to Max Wayne, you know, I guess talking about moving the stuff or whatever. So he said something to him, and then the white boy walked off and he came over there to where we was at. And he came upstairs real quick. He was like, hey, C-Bill, he said, shit, since they're all going on the door, we don't really need to move no more, right? And I just double checked with my guy, because the one who was pressing the issue, you know, he be power struck thinking he runs shit. So I was like, shit, he ain't got to go nowhere now, right? He was like, yeah, shit, if they all going on the door, you smooth. So I was like, yeah, we good, bro. We'll just stay in the room we in, you know what I'm saying? So he like, all right, bet. Every single one of them go on the door, bro. Every single one of them. So it was smooth after that. Come find out, you know, we got back online. The girl did get fired. They talking about they saw her doing something on the camera or something like that. I think they was lying. They just, whoever told on her is a trusted person and they probably just went with whatever, however it played out. I'd say probably a month went by. But throughout those days, them weeks, Max Wayne used to always say, "My real life would kill that nigga, boy. Like, I real life want to smoke that nigga OG Black, boy, even if I got to do it when I get out, because I don't think he got a life sentence. I don't think he do, but man, I want to smoke that nigga when I get out, for real, bro." And I was just like, you know, the first couple of days I let him get off. I'm like, yeah, I understand. And then eventually I was like, bro, you just got to let that shit blow over, folks. You know what I'm saying? You got to, I mean, it is what it is, bro. You know, in this world, people going to lie on you, do this, do that. Like, nigga, look what they did to Christ. You know what I'm saying? You just got to let it blow up. So he like, yeah. So like I said, it's been about a whole month. They call church call. I used to go to church sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I get in the damn line. I see Max Wayne coming out there. And, you know, I was kind of proud of him. I said, you know, that boy Max Wayne trying to get himself together. He know he got hatred in his heart towards OG Gangsta Black. He trying to come out to church and get himself together with the Most High. Okay, I respect it. So we walking up to the church house, though. So it's people from other dorms out there. You know, they coming through. Max Wayne walked straight up to, like, before you get to the actual door where the church people is in, and another blood standing right there from another side of the camp. They go to doing the blood handshake, a long handshake. And I hear Max Wayne say, yeah, I ain't playing with these niggas tonight, dog. So I'm like, what the hell? So they've been discussing this. I'm sitting here thinking this nigga coming out here to get himself together. He coming out here trying to damn do something to somebody. So soon we walk in, to the far right, that entire back row is full of Gap Gang members. Full of them. And that be their usual meetup spot sometime. I ain't gonna lie. I go to the back left row, all the way to like the corner side. Max Wayne and the other blood goes to the row in front of that very back row, all the way to the right. I said, oh, Max Wayne on some type of bullshit. OG Gangsta Black is in that back row. You know, we going through in the service, bro. It's probably been 20 minutes. I done saw Max Wayne look OG Gangsta Black in his eyes like twice. But I think OG Gangsta Black feeling himself because it's a whole row of them and there's only 2 bloods right here. You know what I'm saying? So, bruh, in the middle of the preacher preaching, he was going in for a while. And he was really giving a good message. Bruh, in the middle of this going on, that man Max Wayne jumped up, turned back, pulled out a big-ass walk piece. The walk piece be made out of like brass or like the plexiglass thing so it don't go off on the metal detector. Bruh, in the middle of it, the pastor wasn't even paying attention. He was still looking in the Bible, reading out the Bible. The other blood jumped up, turned with him, pulled out some fire, but his was metal. I guess they wasn't they side of the camp probably ain't had metal detectors, wasn't paying attention. He turned straight back around looking at them folks. And that man looked at OG Gangsta Black in the face and said, which one of these that was helping you on the phone lied on me? So immediately the preacher looked up. He like, hey, what's going on here? So the blood nigga, the other one was like, nigga, you heard what my brother said? Which one of y'all niggas was lying on him? Max Wayne was like, I don't even want your pussy. I ain't even studying you. He was talking to OG Gangsta Black. He said, I really want whoever was on that phone lying on me like that, saying all that stupid shit. That's what I want. You better go and tell me before we flip all y'all nigga ass. So OG Gangsta Black was like, man, you need to chill, man. That shit is so old, bruh. Bruh, you need to chill, bruh. The pastor picked up the radio and said, such church house. The other blood dude said, dog, he called the code, dog. We ain't got no time to play. Max Wayne looked over at him and I guess he mumbled something, but the blood dude who said he just called the code, we ain't got no time to play, lunged over the chairs. Seemed like he stabbed two of them dudes at the same time. So they go to screaming and running. OG Gangsta Black jumped up. That nigga hit Max Wayne, caught him right in the jaw. Max Wayne stumbled a little bit. OG Gangsta Black went to swinging again. One of the other Gap members did one of them windmill punches on Max Wayne. Max Wayne was coming up with the knife. He hit one of the dudes in the wrist. When he hit him in the wrist, dudes started screaming, running, bumping into chairs, like the damn stab in his wrist blocked off his vision or something. OG Gangsta Black tried to run when he saw Max Wayne swinging the fire. Max Wayne grabbed him Max Wayne grabbed him by the shirt, jumped on his ass. Bruh, it's going so crazy. You got the blood dude that came in there with Max Wayne. He's literally running around the church house because the Gap members is running from him. He's literally chasing all of them. You see him chasing dudes, trying to stab them. Everybody jumping up, running. It's chaos everywhere. Everybody trying to get out the way because he really popping these folks. Max Wayne was stabbing OG Gangsta Black so many times, bro. In the head, in the face. OG Gangsta Black just screaming. It was probably 3 of my guys in there. We was all had our back against the wall. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was just on point, like if a nigga tried to do something to us. 12 came in there. When they came in there running towards that area, another officer was screaming, oh, y'all, come out here, come out here. They talking about the people that was on this side. He went to spraying all of them. They took us all down this way to the bathroom, patted all of us down, police checking all of us, make sure ain't none of us got no weapons on us. And you got medical running down the hallway. So then they start, you know, they was asking us what dorm we in, just trying to get everybody together. So when my dorm came up, now we can't see what's going on in the church no more because it's police and it's police and it's the medical people in there. So then you start seeing all the Gap members coming out one at a time. The officer standing at the door like, come on, come on, come on, come on. So they all coming out. You see everybody except for OG Gangsta Black. When they bringing us up, getting ready to take us past there to go to the dorm, the damn lady gonna say, don't nobody look to the left, keep your head straight. But nigga, I'm a nigga in chain gang. Of course I'm gonna look to the left. When I look to the left, bro, the nurse was getting up off her knees, turning this way. She had blood on the front of her white scrub uniform. And she came and was shaking her head and she started like wiping her eyes. And the sergeant that was standing right there, like in the hallway, but like in between the door, she looked straight up at him and said, he didn't make it. He's dead. He didn't make it. I took Max Wayne and the other blood out. And then the Gap dudes go to screaming and all that, crying and all that type stuff while we leaving, going out, walking back to the dorm, walking back to our dorms. They was taking us to different dorms. And bro, at the end of the day, I know this shit be entertaining, this shit be funny, but one thing I know that I can honestly tell y'all seriously is being in that prison, there's a lot of people that I know for a fact, I cannot count or just sit down and remember the exact number, but there's a lot of people that was just here today, you was having a conversation with them, and then you watched them either, become unalived, either brutally or you hear about it or whatever the case is. So the whole point I'm making is no matter how funny these stories come out to be sometimes, this shit is serious and it really happens and it really can happen to you if you keep bullshitting. So try to the best of your ability to do the right thing, make money, not excuses, stay out of trouble to the best of your ability. It's your boy Bill, I'm gone.